Right now, here on The Upside, the voice of pride. Meet a woman who has overcome the hurt of hate and refused to be silenced.
Plus, learn the story behind one of the most unique scenes in a summer blockbuster, which proves that child's play isn't all fun and games.
It's here on The Upside, diving into the good news in the world to get this week off to a swimming start. Let's go.
It's time to look up.
Let's talk about this.
That's a great idea.
To enjoy stories showing the brighter side of life.
A catalyst for growth.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Showing good people doing great things.
This is my purpose.
Turning troubles into triumphs.
What a creative solution.
Everyday heroes rising up to inspire hope. Right now on The Upside.
All right, in case you missed it over the weekend, look at this. 25-year-old Jacob breaking a big record that stood for a quarter century. Jacob ran 2 miles in 7 minutes, 54 seconds.
Wow.
So here's a challenge for all of us. Let's try running 1 mile in that amount of time, see if we can do it, because 2 is like faster than the speed of light.
Seriously,
right?
that does sound like, I remember running the mile in high
10
school.
minutes,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Are you a gym coach? Can you get it in 10? Yeah.
2? He did 2 miles in that time. Oh, man. Well,
Yeah.
impressive. To the
Very.
Young man's in
Jacob.
shape.
Wow.
Oh, wow. All right, let's begin. The show's not going to move as fast as he does. We begin, though, with the stories from the very top of our feed, like we like to do here. And today we start with proof that no matter how old or young you are, if you've got game, people will find your skills. And that to whom much is given, as they say, much is required.
That's right. One of the creators behind Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a 14-year-old boy from Toronto. His name's Preston Mutanga, and he recreated the film's first trailer shot for shot in the style of Lego blocks. The producers of the movie were so impressed they asked Preston to animate a Spider-Verse scene set in a Lego universe, and he did. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's a devotion, not just technically impressive to do with the Legos, but that's a devotion to the movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
real, wow,
Preston's
man.
well on his way.
Well done. All right. Well, for the first time in 100 days, a college professor spent this weekend above the water.
That's right. If you watch the show regularly, you know we've been following the story of Dr. Deep Sea. That's the nickname of University of South Florida professor Joseph Dituri. So this guy broke the record for consecutive days spent living underwater. He taught his classes via Zoom from a lab that was built 22 feet below the surface. And doctors are now studying his body and his brain after the fact and doing some research on how his body and mind has reacted to being in that isolated, confined environment for so long. And one change they've already noted is that the professor shrunk a ½ an inch.
Wow. Even that alone, no thanks.
Yeah, right?
Just based on finding number 1, I'm a no-go.
Exactly.
Shrunk ½ an inch. Wow.
Better go see his chiropractor, get stretched back out, see if they can get him that ½ inch back.
No kidding.
Yikes.
I admire this guy. I mean, it's interesting, but that's a toll to put your body through.
Yes.
You know, I want to know what else kind of comes of it over the next couple months.
I remember the couple times we talked about it, I just thought to myself, this can't be good. I just feel like there's probably some reason, you know, not being a physician or anyone who has any, you know, real medical training, but like, it just doesn't sound like something good for your body.
No, I mean, God bless him putting, you know, let his body become a science project, but hey, man, and welcome back.
Yeah.
You missed nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing was going on up here.
He was probably shielded from a lot of the garbage and stuff he doesn't want to hear
He'll
about.
be back down there in a week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, this next story really blew our minds just because of the sheer math of it all.
Yeah, you're looking at a 1 in 30 million catch. It's an orange lobster. He was pulled in by a crew off the southern coast of Maine. Of course, Maine known for its lobsters, right? A genetic mutation is actually what causes this very rare color. As you might imagine, there is no drawn butter in his future. He's headed for life at the University of England, where researchers will try to learn more about this extraordinarily rare critter. Orange, not red, like the real lobster or the Red Lobster restaurant, or whatever it reminds you of.
The Red Lobster you get at the Red Lobster.
Exactly. And the cheddar biscuit. Don't
Yes,
forget the cheddar
so
biscuit.
good. Oh my God. Wow, yeah, he's pretty funny, that lobster.
Yeah, I'm glad he'll be spared from the usual
know.
fate. You know what I mean? That's good call. Good call. Oh, man.
Poor guy. Oh, well, let's keep talking about food. As you head down the cookie aisle this week at the grocery store, keep your eyes peeled for a brand new take on an old fave.
Oreo stocking shelves with a cotton candy flavor. The rollout actually started today. The cookie's made with the golden Oreo as its base, with pink and blue cotton candy flavored cream there in the middle. Oreo says fans of the brand have been asking in droves for the cotton candy cookie. That's hard to say. Cotton candy. I want to go try.
3 times fast, Rob. Come on.
Cotton candy cookie to return. There we go. I would eat that for real.
It looks good, doesn't
Love
it?
some cotton candy. I would suck those things
Yeah.
down. Absolutely.
Because the golden Oreos are really good.
Yes,
Have you tried those?
yes.
Like, my fiance lives for those. Like,
They're good.
he'll destroy a pack like in one night. They're so good. I could imagine the cotton candy flavor is really tasty.
Game on. All those good, like, fest flavors. Give me like a
Yeah.
funnel cake one next or something like
You
that.
should.
Yeah. Cotton candy cookie. All right, everybody. Time to bring a few quick stories that are just fun to know, so let's do it. Today we celebrate 2 very different historical happenings.
That's
in
right.
fact.
The first is the opening of the shrine to the great American pastime. The Baseball Hall of Fame opened up in Cooperstown, New York on this day back in 1939. It's fun to know that as of today, just 1% of all the former players have been good enough to make the hall, which makes it the most exclusive club in sports.
Wow. That's good to know, actually. I like that. Less than 1%. I mean, that makes it a real, like, who's who, as it should be,
Yes.
So good.
The
good
creme de la
overall
creme,
stat.
yes,
Yeah,
the elite.
yes. Next, on this very day back in 1987, a 6-word phrase shook the Cold War world order and caused an earthquake that resulted in greater freedom for millions.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Remember that moment. That was extraordinary news at the time. It was on this date, back in '87, that President Reagan stood at the Brandenburg Gate in Germany and called for the Berlin Wall dividing East and West Germany to be destroyed. 2.5 years later, well after President Reagan had left office, crowds of Germans, remember that scene, dismantled that barrier, symbolically starting the reunification process. One of the, really one of the big world stories of our lifetime.
Yes.
At least the fall of that wall and that speech by Reagan, one of the defining moments of his presidency. Truly extraordinary.
Certainly was. That took a lot of guts to do that.
Yes.
When you look back now in that moment, it kind of gives you chills just hearing him, those words, something, as you said, he's going to be remembered for, and was not easy to do at the time. It took a lot of courage, and so what a moment in history that was. And
then those people, literally
Oh, my
tearing
gosh,
down that wall. It really, just for so many reasons, just one of those events.